What's up, everybody? We're back.
Yep. Another season kicked off. What's up, fellas?
What's
What's
going
going
on with
on,
you,
man?
brother?
Happy New Year to everybody, 2023.
Yes,
Man,
sir. Yes, sir.
happy New
Good things
Year's
to
to you
come to.
too, bro. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir. Man,
Mm-hmm.
listen, we ended this thing on a bang, man. We took us a couple months off, man, to rejuvenate, man. But it's
Mm-hmm.
on again, man. It's on again, man. How you guys been, man?
Been good, man. Just staying busy throughout the holiday
Yeah,
season, man. It's been good. Been good. Guys, been good. Um, just trying to, make connections and do more deals and grow as a, individual. That's it. Every day.
absolutely.
Yeah.
What up? What up,
You know,
Lenny?
Mr.
What up?
Lenny.
What up, fellas? There they go. There they go.
There you go, Mr. Lenny.
We're
There they go.
back. Wholesaling with
Yeah.
Lenny.
Hey,
What's
man.
going on with you, brother?
Nothing much, man. Y'all know who it is, man. It's your man Lenny. From Cleveland, Ohio. I'm down here in Springfield, Missouri. Just wholesaling some deals, man. Teaching wholesaling, man. Try to pass on the knowledge that I got, to the next man, to the next female, so they can take themselves and their families to the next level.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Hey, man, love it, man. I love it. Let me bring on the gentleman here. What's going on with you,
What's up,
coach?
Coach?
SJ, how you feeling, brother?
What's going on, my guys? What's
How
going
you
on?
doing?
We're
Mm-hmm.
back. We're back. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back, man.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Everything's good. Everything's good.
Yes, sir.
Everything's good,
Yep,
man.
yep.
It's time to set this thing off, man. It's time to set this thing off. So let's introduce ourselves to everybody, man. I know Lenny, he got his out, man. So tell them who you are, what you do, and where you doing it from.
All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Coach SJ. I'm a full-time entrepreneur, real estate investor, and what I do is I take the concept, the beautiful concept and backdoor strategy of wholesale real estate, and I gain assets through them, right? So I'm here to help as much as possible gain value, and I'm here in New Jersey, the good garden state. You know what I mean? And I'm here to
Mm-hmm.
provide value to anybody that needs it.
For sure.
Oh,
Right,
and my
well,
company, I'm sorry, my company, S&J Property Group. I'm sorry. S&J Property Group is my name of my company.
we'll throw it around to me then. I'm Jarrell, coming out of Atlanta. What I mainly do is I do hard money loans, broker hard money loans between single family properties, duplexes, quadplexes, triplexes, all the works, commercial buildings, new construction. Just do anything that's involved investment property, basically. Just not so much anything like apartment buildings and anything like that. Then I have some representatives that you can speak with on that. But as far as what I do is, make sure that you get your loan, you get your loan situated, and get it at the best competitive rates in the market. So anybody looking for any loans or needing any advice on if they qualify for a loan or anything, just hit me at the number right on the email right there, and we'll link up.
Dope. Jay is on you, Jay.
What up, man? Happy New Year to
Hit,
everybody.
hit
It
Jay.
is 2023. This is Jason out of Dallas, Texas. New Way Investment Group Venture Services LLC, working with real estate investment when it comes to wholesaling, creative investments, and now we're moving into some new construction stuff. Here to lend a hand and give some knowledge where see fit, and help anybody who's willing to help themselves.
Man, dope. Listen, man, this is what they call an all-star ensemble right here, bro. We got point guards in here, the greatest of all time. We got some power forwards in here. We got some centers in here. Man, look, we doing it on every level, man. So you guys may know me, man. I'm strictly commercial. Strictly commercial now, man. So the
Okay.
residential, man, I'm gonna hand it off to my team going forward, man. But I got to go after this generational money here, man. So, but listen, anything commercial, residential, anything commercial, small multifamily residential right now. I'm trying to do some lease options. Not lease options. What we call that now, man? It just slipped my mind. Master lease options. We're trying to do some owner finances. So if you got a 50 unit and under, and you need a little help, you need to get it sold ASAP. As long as you're at least 50% occupied, give your boy a call. Let's get this thing done. All right. We got some situations to where we can probably give you what you want for it. All right. You willing to take terms? We're willing to, we work that thing out. All right. Anything I can do to help, man. Even if you know me from wholesaling, reach out to me, man. My guys here are fully capable, man, of getting these deals done. As you guys heard about Jarrell is the money guy. Go holler at Jarrell, man. He gets you right, man. All right.
Right.
So listen, man. I'm gonna tell. I can't even lie to y'all, bro. For the last 2 months, I've been thinking about y'all, bro. I've been cyber stalking y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna need to lie to you. I want to see what y'all was gonna be doing, man. You know what I'm saying? And I seen everybody in action, bro. Y'all in action, man. You know what I'm saying? That means that tells you got a strong team, bro.
Just trying to
You know what I'm saying?
emotion.
A strong team, man. So
yeah. Even if you by yourself,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Just every day, you your own team, every day you gotta rely on yourself to get up, make sure that you handle business before pleasure, every single day. All that. I believe in taking a little time on the weekends and everything, but not until you situate it. When you on the grind, then don't have no complaints about riding, going to see properties on the weekends. Because as long as you saying take your little ones with you, because you'll be building that generational wealth. It's worth it.
For sure, most definitely.
Listen, man, it's time too for I was talking to Jason a minute ago. It's time for us to get some money together, right? I mean, we all individually been hustling, doing our thing, right? And rightfully so. It's time for us to get some money together. Let's show these people, man, that we can come together and make this thing happen.
That's right.
It's time to do it.
So
first quarter, bro. Let's make it happen, man. It's easy.
Y'all know me, right?
What's that?
I'm saying. I said y'all know me. I love wholesaling a good deal, right? But in the middle of my wholesaling, I picked up creative financing, which I've got really, really good at, right? Every property that I own right now is literally creative financing. You know what I mean? I literally got that on terms, right? I paid the realtor fee and maybe the closing costs, right? Nothing down to the seller, whatever. So I got 40 acres right now that we can get, right? From anywhere. I can probably get it at 5,000 down. Maybe I can get it at 0 down. Maybe 800.
Where's it located at, bro?
It's in Missouri. It's over here in Missouri, where I'm at. It's actually in Rollin, Missouri. It's a nice 40 acres. We can't build on it. You know what I'm saying? We can buy it on terms. Obviously, right now, the situation is kind of high on terms. And it's not relatively high to me. It's high to certain individuals that I pitched it to that's not kind of ready yet for this responsibility. You know what I mean? It's high for those people, but it ain't high for me. So right now it's only $1,200 a month, right? For the 40 acres. And like I said, you can camp on it, you can build on it. There's streams through this thing, everything. When I was talking
what is this zone? Is this zone residential, commercial?
The 40 acres?
Yeah.
That'd be residential, right?
Yeah, it's 40 acres. We can build residential if we choose to. Yeah, on certain parts of the property.
Hey,
right? Other parts of the property.
Hey, Jay, we just was talking about that, Jay.
It's all woods. It's all woods everywhere. So a whole bunch of trees, timber, different kind of trees, etc. But you know what I'm saying? If we're interested, I'm gonna go ahead and put the information out there. But what I got with the guy now, he was telling me, go ahead and put $2,500 down, $1,200 a month, and we go ahead and take deed to this 40 acres and do with it as we please. There's camping, there's fishing, there's creeks through the middle of the property, there's whatever. And like I said, we put the $2,500 down, $12 a month. And then I'm thinking, within the next 4 or 5 months, we go ahead and refinance, go ahead and buy that off, go ahead and drop our payment, And we go ahead and do our thing, man. We meet up. We,
Hey,
it's just an
man,
idea.
listen, I'm with that.
It's just an idea.
So Jason, we just talking about doing some new construction. You think this is good? That this land he's talking about right here, right? This may be ideal. What you think, bro?
Because I'm gonna send it out. You know what I'm saying? I get all the info.
48
Send
acres.
it to us first, bro. Let us take a look at that.
Yeah.
It says owner finance, right?
Acres.
Send it to us first.
41 acres on finance.
Yeah,
So we're talking about. You said $1,200 a month.
What?
You said $1,200 a month.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro. 40 acres.
I think the terms are great. How you have it set up, no zero interest. Yeah, man. I mean, as I said, that it doesn't, when it comes to creative financing, it's just if the terms make sense. I mean, if the terms is a win-win, man, then you pretty much got it. And then with the terms, it sounds like you're really, really flexible with the seller, like you have some kind of rapport. So yeah, man. I mean, if you got trees, it could be new development, new construction. It could be leased to like a McDonald's. It could be leased to somebody else to be able to pay for whatever it is. There's so much.
I'm interested. I mean, I can pay $1,200. We can go in on that. That's
what I'm saying. There's so many things.
Even if we take it and sit on it for a minute, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm with that, man. I'm with that. I'm definitely with it. Like I said, send it to us first before you send it to anybody, man. Let's see if we can put out here together.
Yeah. I don't want to put the map of the location and everything on here, but we gotta get into all that.
No, I'm saying send it to us first. Send it to us, send it to the group first. The group.
We log off on the back channel.
It's only there's only one other person who know about it. That's it.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
I'm into just the ownership part of it. I'm into the ownership part of it.
I didn't hear what you said, man. You said there's one more person that's what?
It's only one more person that know about it.
Oh, they know.
Yeah, so we good on that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I know about it now.
See, this is.
Who said that?
Jason.
This is what this is about, man. And if we get in front of a lot more people, we run across great situations like this, or great opportunities like this. And it's on us, man, to really cash in. This is the season to do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is the season to do it.
So you say you looking for commercial, like all commercial properties, right? So
correct.
Basically apartment complexes or subdivisions or whatnot, right?
Well, yeah. Apartment complexes.
Are you talking about business commercial, like leasing offices, storage units,
storage units, trailer parks, apartment complexes, 50 units and under, stuff like that. So no office spaces right now, because right now with the COVID where it is, man, they kind of getting chewed up right now, But you still, even in this type of situation with the COVID thing, man, people still storing the stuff. They still buying stuff on Amazon, putting that stuff in storage, right? So absolutely, man. Listen, this is huge, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited, and we need to. I'm gonna send you guys a link, man, to the Discourse as well, and the Patreon as well, man. We can get on there and chop it up, talk about some different things, man, throughout the day, and let's do some deals, man. Let's do it. Let's show these people, man, we can do it fast, bro. Okay, I definitely will. Send that to you here in the short here. So let's jump right into this thing, man. All right, so I got a couple questions as usual, bro. So I'm nosy.
I got a couple of answers.
All right. All right. So, man, my whole thing right now, man, I've been really kind of focusing on the lead generation, right? What are some key things when it comes to lead generation? Well, I take that back. Who are some people that you can use to help you with your lead generation? Like, who do you talk to? Talk to attorneys, or what is some stuff that maybe people don't normally think about that can be part of their circle, that can help them with leads and stuff like that?
Everybody.
Like Jay say, everybody.
Everybody.
What I
There.
really learned myself though during this well, excuse me, not last, but this current winter season, which I never knew before because I have only been in real estate only 3 years, right? But right now is the time to be best friends with the insurance guys, right? Because right now, from November to February is pretty much when all the house fires go down, right? Because all these lights,
Wow.
people trying to heat things up. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I would say any insurance company, small business insurance company, is the type of guys that you want to reach out to, real quick. But then on the flip side of me finding out, this time frame when all the insurance
Accidents.
guys,
Yeah.
all the accidents happen,
Yeah.
Christmas lights, etc. These insurance company, most of us already watch and know, but the average person may not know that these insurance company actually house people after fires, etc., etc. So if you got a nice short-term rental and you trying to figure out how to get this thing cash flowing, you might as well go ahead and get with your nearest insurance agent and let them know that you got short-term rentals available, and go ahead and lock in some of the corporate contracts to where, because they write the check off top.
Yep.
If they're going to be in your spot for 30 days, the insurance company going to write that 30-day check off top. You know what I mean? Every time. And,
Yes, sir.
that's
sir.
just a little bitty hack I learned real quick during this
That's
little
what's up.
holiday season.
Hey,
But
hey,
man, real
hey,
tough.
that's
That's
game,
crazy.
bro.
That's really just
game.
only way you can find that out is just by talking to everybody.
Facts.
It's really
Just
there's
what
not
Jason
one
said.
person that I know that doesn't know exactly what I do. Like,
you gotta.
explain it
Exactly.
down to the
This
T
is
almost. If I have enough time, because it's
Yeah.
that important. Because the more they understand, the more they can talk to someone else about you.
Real talk.
Right.
So it's just bring you up, because a lead is from a lead.
That's right.
Lead could come from a
Yeah,
lead.
Yeah. I believe that this is we have to really dig in to understand that this is a people's business. It has, like I said, it has nothing to do with the house or anything. It's the people, right? It's the people situations, right?
Facts.
It's a situational business, right? So talking to everybody is what I've always believed in starting in, especially with lead generation, because so many people have the same exact list. Whatever you're pulling, somebody else is pulling, right? So now you got to get out your own way and get out that box. And I talk to everybody, right? Everybody in my neighborhood or whoever knows what I do, even in liquor stores. Now I think liquor stores are very important because where do people go when they are distressed, right? They go to the liquor store and drink. They're in a situation where they're
Real talk.
so it's just you being able to talk to everybody. Like I said, this is a really a people's business. And you got to be able to be out there, shaking hands and kissing babies, and
to piggyback off what he said before we introduce gentlemen here, man, like if I'm in a store, I'm on the phone and I'm talking to someone about their deal, their loan or whatever, and I look over and I see someone that's just I lock eyes with somebody and they turn away, I'm gonna start talking louder so they can hear me. As long as I'm not talking about anything personal or anything, I'm gonna make sure they hear what I'm talking about. Then when I get off the phone, I'm gonna turn around and talk to them about, hey, are you interested in so don't be afraid. There's people out there that want this information, and maybe they're not ready right now, but sooner or later there's gonna be like, you know what? That's the person to call because they took the time out their day while we're in the grocery store and talk to me about what they do and how if they're a realtor or the equity they got in their house, if they're a loan officer, or maybe the prospects of selling a property and being able to relocate to where they need to go if they're a wholesaler, but on top of that, just speaking to everybody. But I want to definitely say what's up, my guy. How you doing over there, man? How you doing?
And I apologize too, man. The name's not showing up here for some reason here. Normally the name shows up. I don't know what I did wrong.
Too many people.
But
Get your stuff together.
It's the first. Hey, this is the first. Hey, so we got Mr. Cox on here, man. With us, Cox, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing great. How are you guys? Hey, good to see all you guys again.
Good to see you,
And
man.
thanks
Good
for
to
the
see you as well, man.
flexibility. I'm coming in a little bit late. As you guys may know, based on previous conversation, I still have a day job. I work for the state of Oregon, and we are in the first full week of legislative session. And so I have some involvement in that. We just went through a kind of a bill tracker on some bills that I'm watching as they go through the legislature. So that's always a fun time. So no pressure though.
Okay.
so
So introduce yourself. Tell them what you do, where you located at, and
okay.
how long you been
Thank
doing it,
you.
all that good stuff.
Thank you. Again, I'm Cody Cox. I am basically a note investor. So some of my lead generation, some of the other stuff that I do is a little different than when you're dealing with real estate. I've been involved in the mortgage industry for just over 40 years now. So I've seen a lot of things come and go. My current day job is the state of Oregon has a unique veterans home loan program for the state veterans that's not part of the federal VA program. And I'm the senior manager that runs that program for the state of Oregon. But I'm also a fund manager on this. So that's what I do by day. By night, I am a fund manager. I manage a fund of about $1.5 million worth of notes that we have acquired. I have a registered Regulation D 506B fund. It's registered with the SEC, and we've raised about $800,000 in capital and bought about $1.5 million of notes. The proceeds, when the borrower makes the payment to us, that goes back to the investors. And then we have a little spiff that we take on top of that. So that's what I do. Most of my stuff is dealing with B2B type things. I deal with hedge fund managers, banks, things like that, as far as sourcing my product. And then I deal with investors who have undeployed capital that they want to get involved that I can pay a return to. So that's kind of what my day is like most of the time, is that aspect of things. So rather than being a landlord, I am a lien lord. So I deal with mortgages. And
No, because I'm tripping, right? Because he came through like, I'm Batman.
I'm that. I'm the man I'm the man that you talk to every single first of the month.
Yeah. So the borrower. So I deal with borrowers. So if the toilet breaks, they're not calling me because I'm not the landlord. They got to deal with it themselves. So we say, I don't have to deal with toilets, tenants, or termites.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Huge, man. I love it. Welcome to the team, brother.
No, I am
welcome
just
to the
excited
team,
you guys have asked me. So
I'm interested in learning a lot more about what you do as well, man. So I'm gonna have a lot of questions for you.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
So we were just talking about lead generation and network building, right? When you first come into real estate, man, what I've learned is that a lot of people try to do throw their money at their problems or whatever the case is to generate leads coming through. I mean, that works to a certain extent, man, but it can, if it doesn't, you can be broke quick, right? So why not try to do some of these things, man, that don't cost you any money, man? I wrote down a couple of them here, man. Plumbers, right? Plumbers run across people who sell their properties all the time, right? Roofers, right? Contacting these people don't really cost you any money. We talk about electricians, painters, court clerks. I mean, if you get a chance that costs you. If you get a chance to run across a person who's down there, man, who knows a little bit, sweet talking, or whatever the case is, and you get that inside scoop, man, you can do some stuff, right?
You can definitely.
Cleaning services, right? To think about it, you get a person who get out your property, you don't want a cleaning service going in to take care of that, right? Lawn care services, what you call carpet cleaning. So it's a lot of other things that you can do, man, rather than throwing your money at the problem, right? To try to generate some business or some leads. Yes, sir, Mr. Cody.
Well, here's a good one that you guys need to write down. How about the mail carrier?
Mm-hmm.
They go to every single house. They know which ones are vacant. So they know which ones are owner occupied. That's a great one if you can befriend them, and especially if you offer them a little spiff, Because one of the things I used to do back in the days when I wholesaled is if I had, I had my guys out there that were looking for properties. If I buy the property, I'll give them $500.
Mhm.
I
And
do that all
so
the time.
mail carriers will do that all day long. So
Yeah.
And once you do it one time for one of them, they know a whole lot of the mail carriers.
they
So
Yeah,
you
do.
may
they'll
They
tell
know,
do.
everyone
you may
else.
lock down the whole Dallas or whatever the case is, right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's important that you cultivate that relationship too.
Hmm.
If you got a person sending you properties, right? Even if you don't close them, whatever the case is, maybe give them a call once a week or once every 2 weeks, man. How you doing, man? Just want to let you know I'm still looking for properties. That's how you do that, and you build that relationship.
Right.
You get a chance, take them out to dinner, get a chance, get you some coffee. That's what you got to do in business. We're in the sales
Right.
business. We're in the people business, like our brother Sean just said. So you got to get out there and
Yeah.
get next to these people, man. Very important.
Even people who are doing what it is that you're doing better, right?
Exactly.
There's no when you start picking what it is that you're going to get into, you're getting into what's called a scarcity mindset, right? Like everybody can't eat. Everybody can eat in this business.
Oh man,
Everyone. So
that's right.
exactly. So you can be able to link in with another wholesaler that's maybe doing 3 to 5, 6 to 7 deals a month and find out, pick their brain, like, maybe JV on something, but you have your other wholesalers that are seasoned. You got real estate agents that are
Yeah.
trying to get involved in the wholesale business. You got all these
Nope.
other exterior places that you can be able to attach yourself to. That's why it's so important to go to these RIA meetups to be able to see these people. But again, it's having the ability, the mindset to say there's an abundance of money out here. There's an abundance for everyone, so everyone can be able to eat and scrape. There's no scraping the plate.
Yeah, definitely. When I come across a wholesale deal, and I typically spend my time doing loans, so I don't necessarily have a large buyers list full of people maybe in this area since I do loans, all across the country, right? But I would definitely the last 3 properties I've literally called a guy that I know that does a lot of wholesale deals in my, in this particular area. And I'm just, hey, let's make a deal. You bring the buyer. I got the property locked down. Let's just get it done. The quicker the better. So definitely don't try to cultivate people that's doing exactly what you're doing to be able to be partners with them, and just make sure you bring value. I brought the deal. You bring the buyer, even swap. I bring the time, you bring the money. I bring the money, you bring the time, whatever, and get it done and get that deal going. You get experience and get out there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys have questions or comments, please feel free to jump right in there. But why is it important to have a criteria? Or is it important when purchasing real estate?
It allows you to know exactly, like I spoke with someone just today, and she wants to do a home equity line of credit to get a HELOC, basically, to get funds to buy a rental property. And knowing her finances that we spoke about, the assets that she has, liquid assets to go into purchasing a property, it just seems that she's stretching herself too much to get into real estate as far as owning a property, right? So I say all this to say, it's like I told her best advice is the amount of assets you just told me, then you need to stay inside of a certain ballpark of range in purchase price, and that could be just one of your criteria. I'm looking for a property between 100,000 to 150,000, because hell, if you're working with only 20, 30,000, you can't go buy a $500,000 property if your only source of doing it is getting a loan where you have to put down 15%, 20%. It's just the math don't add up. You don't have enough assets. So adding that to your criteria, starting with the range, the amount of investment I want to put into a property is one bullet point. and then of course the property type, or is it going to be commercial buildings, or is it going to be single family, or notes like this gentleman does, but basically look at what it takes you, what you have, all your resources, and then make your criteria based on what resources you can use to get what you need, to get into real estate, to either buy what type of property. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think criteria, having a criteria keeps you focused, right? It keeps you self-disciplined, right? Because that will help you, analyze the market and know exactly what it is that you can and cannot do, or it will allow you to be able to say, I need other partners to be able to help me do this, right? Other people's money, right? So I think the criteria is good, even in wholesaling, even in your business, in your system, whatever that system is. You always have some type of criteria as to where you want to be at, and it helps you to stay, like I said, focused and goal oriented, right? To push the needle to the next level, right? So I think having a criteria in all aspect of your business is important.
Yeah, it makes sure you stay focused on where you are actually trying to obtain. Because I spoke with this young lady about fix and flips on one call last week, and in this call it's about rental property and a HELOC involved. So the appetite to maybe get a deal may be so large where you're not really your tunnel vision. At every house looks like a deal, but it may take too much of your resources to acquire that at this time, and having a criteria and sticking to that criteria will definitely, and only looking at those homes within that criteria, within that wheelhouse, will definitely produce results.
Real tough. I want to jump on that.
Capitalize on, actually.
Yeah, I want to jump on that because that's like the realest information, right?
I see it all the time.
People get caught up. And I was telling one of my new students today, like, do you not? I asked her, like, do you know how many deals you've missed because you thinking about a wholesale deal? You thinking about a wholesale check? You done passed notes, you done passed lease options, you done passed subject to, you done passed seller carry, just because you looking for a wholesale check. Right? you walking, like, you stepping over sellers that you can help because you want a fast cash wholesale check. Like, look, every deal. Listen, I view if the person want to talk to you and they interested in selling their home, man, listen, you got to lead.
Absolutely.
What you do with that lead, what exit strategy you use with that lead, it's on you. I'm mad because I'm just finding out about this. I'm just really digging into this whole novation agreement thing. Do you know how many deals I could have flipped that could have been on market that I could have ate off of? Or dog, listen. Just off that alone, I could probably say I probably missed a nice 100,000 just on the deals that I could have put in. Maybe threw in 500 to 600 to 6,000, cleaned the place up a little bit, and grabbed the $30,000 bag out of it.
That's why we.
Man. It's man.
That's why we kind of, the way we doing it, man, is that we put in multiple offers on each deal, right?
That's right.
And it's the multiple offer strategy, man. But if a person is new and he just come into this arena, man, they don't know that they don't know.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit. I had been in the game 2 years when you told me that.
Yeah, the multiple offer strategy, man. And then you put it out there, let them make a decision which way they want to go with it. Whatever way they go with it, you still can make money off the deal. So it's just like going. I always use the analogy like going fishing, right? You put your one line in the water, chances are you may catch a fish. But if you put 3 lines in the water, you may catch 3 fish. Chances are you make it's a 300% chance of catching a fish, right? That's how we do it. Multiple offer strategy, bro. It works. It really pretty much works every time. Only thing you gotta do now is make sure that you're a people person. You're a people person.
Yeah.
You listen to what they got to
Yeah.
say, and then
Yeah.
your offer should be tailored to their situation.
Exactly. That
Yeah,
goes
You know what I'm
back to
saying?
what
and that right there.
Jarrell was saying. Yeah, that goes back to what
Yeah.
Jarrell was saying. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know you was about to pop in, bro, but
Yeah, I
that
got
goes back to what you was
yeah.
just saying.
I got a story about this. I was actually at a few a while back. I was looking at a car and I'm at the lot and I want a specific car with specific features. I looked it up, got there, found out the car doesn't have the features, right? It's the same car, but doesn't have the feature that I really want. So I'm the kind of preferred specific shopper, right? So I had this dealer I was dealing with, and he's showing me the car, and then he's like, "Oh, wait, it's over here. I got another car. So it's saying what you want, it's over here on the other side of the lot." So I walk over there. 20 minutes later, get over there. It's not what I want. Oh, I got another one. It's just what you said. 20 minutes later, we walk over across the lot again to another car. It's not the car. And this guy's willing to sell me anything. And I'm telling him I want the exact. So when your sellers are saying this is what I need out of the deal, listen to them. Try to accomplish that, because that is what's going to make the deal. They said that for a reason.
Exactly.
Most times, check their records. Check, if you don't believe that someone needs, you have a good rapport with someone, and ask questions so you can get to the bottom of what does the seller actually need. And it doesn't take too much time, especially when or it's not that hard, especially when you're in their living room, in the kitchen, sitting at the table. It make sure that you provide options like Lenny said, that covers a broad base, and then keen in on which one they're actually swallowing the best, or it was more feasible to what they got going on.
Yeah, what I heard you just illustrate there is what
All
I
right.
call the difference between.
All right, so we jump into this next one, man.
Wait. He was talking.
I didn't know if I was
sorry,
muted or not.
I
So
couldn't hear you.
no, what I heard you
Go ahead,
just talk
Cody.
about there is the difference between
Can y'all
relationship
hear him?
sales
Yeah.
and
You can hear him.
I can't hear him on my
transactional
end. Okay.
sales. So, I
Exactly.
mean, what you're talking about is the right thing to do. It is to build a relationship with that seller who knows other people.
That works.
Whereas the guy who is a car dealer is just transactional based. He just wants to sell you something and get on to the next buyer. So that's a huge difference between, building a business, which is always the thing. I think when I talk to you guys, when I'm on this call, I always talk to you guys about. And my experience with you guys is that you guys are business people. You're businessmen. Okay, you have a business plan and a business model, and that model delineates the criteria, your purchase criteria, because we're talking about that criteria. And so if you stay within the boundaries of your model, you're going to be successful. I have found in my personal ventures, when I vary outside the boundaries that I've set up in my models, when I get in trouble. Now, those boundaries can, as you get more and more experience, can grow.
Yeah.
But so for you guys that do some training with your folks, one of the things you could talk to them about is actually have a business model that's written down that establishes their criteria. That maybe I'm on to flip this house or do a wholesale deal, but if certain things fall into place, then I can take it down myself or things like that. So that's the important part of all these people, is to put a business mindset into them versus just kind of a transactional or hobby to this regard. So that's an important part. That's why I really like listening to you guys, because you guys all have that mindset.
I mean, speaking with people every single day about, hey, you got multiple screens up there, Jay. Y'all see this?
And
am I only one seeing? Like, yes, okay.
Yeah, I ain't tipsy.
Yeah, but anyways, like you were saying, like it's really important to make sure that you stay, flexible with your options to your potential sellers or your potential buyers. All buyers, of course, you want your property to sell quick. Let's talk about like actually after you acquire the property, you need to sell. So that's another art in itself on how to sell a property, you know, and how to work with buyers and whatnot that I see as far as being a loan officer. You know, it's really important to know, you know, what are you selling? Are you selling an investment property that needs work? Or are you selling a property that needs that's turnkey? You know, if you're a wholesaler working with your end buyer, you know, making sure that they get funded right. Maybe speak with using your resources to help that deal along, finding
Exactly.
out what weaknesses or things they're lacking in their structure to make sure it goes through well. Um, you know, all those things are, you know, it's an ongoing thing. That's why we all are busy, because it's always just ongoing if you are doing it correctly as far as establishing these relationships and these
Yeah.
deals.
That's why I tagged you in that. I mean, well, that's why I tagged Bobby in that post you put up about the money, right?
Mhm.
Because for some reason, like the guy that they have been using lately, whenever they buy all their properties from, whenever they get the rehab funds from, this guy sends over appraisals and he don't know how to comp property.
You don't know how to comp property, you said?
The appraiser,
Hmm.
the appraiser that he using, and you know, like I tell you guys all the time, you know, the appraiser is, you know, the appraiser there is to protect the bank, and to protect the lenders, right? You know, make sure you don't overinflate the situation, right?
Yeah.
Literally, the only reason for an appraiser is to make sure you don't overinflate the situation, right? In basic terms, right? So
Mhm.
you know the appraiser that they've been doing, like I know how to run comps, like I know how to comp a property even within the last, you know, the last little turn we've been having. I won't give anybody a 6 month comp. Right now I'm only using 90-day comps right now, right?
Mm.
Properties that are
Yeah.
sold within the last 90 days, right? I just switched the game all the way up. I ain't using no 6 month comp or no year comp, right? I'm using only 90-day comps because these are the comps that's relevant right now to the times
Yeah.
that we are in. You know what I
Really,
mean?
yeah.
The percentage, the
Really.
interest rates that, you know what I
Absolutely.
mean, people are getting. So you know, I had to shoot that plug out to you because when these guys go into these banks right now, what I'm seeing is these appraisers are going out, and these appraisers got the bank badge on their forehead.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
You
Like
know who
they
ordered the
literally might as
appraisal?
well be an employee of the bank at this point. How the rates are instead of most, you like, because you know most. Well, I don't know how it go in other states, but most appraisers here, you know, they got their own little companies or whatever, right? And
Hmm.
then you know people contract them, you know,
The
out or
CMA.
whatever. You know, these guys here, they got bank written on their forehead when they go into the properties because they undervaluing all of the properties right now.
Mm. Well, a lot of folks, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Speak to
That's
the
why I sent
appraiser.
them to you.
You know, that's what I like to
That
do myself. I like to throw
right.
comps at the appraiser. I don't, you don't want to accept it, don't look at it then, but you're going to get in your inbox. You're going to get my thoughts, my comps in your inbox. And then you'll find a lot of people don't want to do the work. You know, snatch a couple comps off your work, you know, if they think it's right, you know, if it can pass. They all aren't built the same as far as I deal with appraisals, reports coming in
I
every
see.
day, and I never know. Boy, you don't know. You never know what you're gonna pull. Sometimes it's they don't make mistakes, and sometimes it's riddled with them. You know, and obvious mistakes. So
So let's just say this, man. You guys are tuned in to Real Estate Aholics, man. Please like, share, subscribe, leave your comments. Reach out to everybody that's on the panel here, man. You see these guys about their business, man. You need us, reach out to us, DM us, hit us up, whatever you need to do. All right. So listen, let's jump right into this question here, man. Why is it important, man, to be organized in this business and systematic? Organized and systematic in this business. Why is that important?
you know,
A girl asked me today. She wanted me to take her on as a student, right? So she was basically throwing her money at me. She was basically throwing her money at me, and I had to tell her, like, look, like I got to interview you first to make sure we are fit for each other. I don't
That's
need your
important,
money.
bro. That's
I don't
important.
need your money. I close the deals. I don't need money. You know what I'm saying? I don't need your money. I close deals, right? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna interview you, right? Because I want to make sure your goals and your ambitions are, and you the type of individual that I can work with, right? Because you want to see that you can work with me as well. You know what I mean? Like I want you to be able to see that you can work with me as well. In teaching, I find it hard. As you just said, Jay. Hold on, wait. I'm sorry. I just lost my train of thought. I'm reading something like
Yeah,
this dude.
I find it
But
hard not to be systematic, actually,
yeah,
because
right.
like
So yeah, go ahead.
actually,
I'm sorry, Terrell.
like I would, I, I like my loans to start one certain way all the time. Like I get my consulting agreement signed, terms sent to you, terms agreed upon, consulting agreement sent to you, all that jazz signed up. Then we start the loan. Sometimes you got people who want to, hey, send you the deal, want to, just do it out of terms, and that makes sure I hit all my check marks. At the end of the day, it's kind of weird. It's like even to the way I file my stuff, like I don't close a file out until I get this one specific document into that file. Once I get that document into that file, which is the final HUD, the deal is closed. I can write closed on it, person's gone. Until then, it doesn't get that marker yet, and that's my system to know that this can be purged or this can be, it just
That
makes sure that
checklist is
everything
important.
exactly, and make sure I do
The
every
checklist.
single deal the same way, certain
Yeah.
key points the same way, makes me make sure
I think
progressing through the transaction correctly, because I have
right.
my certain, things I do on every single deal, the way I do it,
It's a business, right? It's a business. I think it just everything should be it should be systematized. It should have organization, because having organization is going to help you scale, right? Because you're able to see from 50 feet above your business, right? You're not working in your business, you're working on your business. If you're not systematized or you're not organized, you're going to you're going to be continuing to be in the business, right? You're going to be continue to be in there, right? Your whole goal when you're organized is to keep something, to make the business run on autopilot, to be able to make it run by itself. In order for you to do that, you have to have key performance indicators. You got to have things to organize yourself to be able to see your business from 50 feet above the ground, right? You got to see it, right? And that would help you in order for you to even scale, to say, okay, I mastered this side or this section. Now I can be able to delegate it, and now I can be able to do other things. You're able to do other things when you keep yourself organized. I think that's just part of business.
Listen, it by being
Lenny's
systematized, right?
talking,
It
but we
protects
can't hear
you,
him.
your time. Is he talking? I
Lenny's
can't hear.
talking, but we can't hear him.
Hey, we can't hear you, Lenny. You got to mute. You on mute.
No, still can't hear you.
Still can't hear you. You back on mute, bro. Let me see something. Okay, try it
Can you hear
now.
me now?
You boom back on mute. It
We
keep
heard you
going on
for a
mute,
second.
bro. Let me try to do it. Let me see. Okay, try it now, bro.
I mean, I keep hitting it.
It went back on mute. So log out and come back in, bro. So by being
Are we
organized and
good?
systematized, right? Yeah, you're good. You're good now. Go ahead.
So, all right. So what I was saying was, write that down. What Sean was just saying, to the point where you gotta go up 50 feet and look down at your operations, at your business, and see it's in place.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I mean, because that was the jewel. If you didn't write that down, what he said, you got to be able to look above your business and smoothing what's not producing. What, yeah, I mean, it's just like how everybody
where
tracking
same
it,
mistakes are being made.
or just
Yeah.
like
It's like a maze, right?
He has bad
If you
connection, Lenny. I think you should maybe log
I
back
got a
and
lot.
log back.
Yeah, man, I got a lot of
Choppy.
crackling going on. There's
Yeah.
some storms going on around here, so
okay, try to log out and log back in. But it's like a maze, kind of with what Jarrell was saying. It's kind of like a maze, right? If you ever been in a maze before, right? You in the maze, you can't really see how to maneuver to get out of that, right? But if you elevate and get above the maze, you can look down on it and see the best way to get out, right? So by being organized and systematized, right, it protects your time and your money. So I think anything that you do in business should have a checklist attached to it. So that way
It's called
if I
intelligent
got this done,
objectivity.
you need to you need to do this. So that way, if you're not there, you can actually give this responsibility to somebody else. As long as they do the checklist, you're good to go. You're good to go. What you say, Jason?
I said it's called intelligent objectivity. Stepping outside of it.
Facts, man. Facts. Very important, man. Because think about it. If you're not systematized, right? If you don't have a checklist, that means your brain is constantly going over stuff that you already accomplished already. You already took care of it already, right? Because you go, man,
Right.
did I do that? Did I do that? And you still trying to focus on something you should be doing. Did I do that? When you can say, yeah, look at the
Yeah.
sheet. Yeah, I did it. I did it.
To be honest with you, if you're not organized, you don't have vision. You're gonna have goals? Goals come with steps. Goals come with reverse engineering. Goals come with organization. It's just part of business. If you don't have a system around what you're doing, then there's no vision, right? You can't look forward to something that you can't go towards something or look forward to anything if those checks are not or those things on the checklist is not marked off. So it's very important to make sure that whatever you're doing, your system. Another thing I wanted to mention prior to what you were talking about, and I think that some newbies, new people that's getting involved in real estate investing or even in wholesaling, they kind of get screwed up or kind of gets blurred, right? When people say, sell it, you should definitely do three offers, get them three offers and just creative financing, cash buys, whatever. I really believe that you have to master that. That is something that has to be mastered, right? You got to know it, right? So I believe that, as you learn the business, you'll be able to understand different aspects of strategies, right? But when you go in, you want to be able to master that one thing, protect that seed, water that seed, make sure that seed grows accordingly. There's a lot of people in this business that are like, oh, I'm going to hear this seed here, this seed here, this seed here, put it over here, put it over here, put it over here. I heard that this was doing this over here, and I heard you can get check over here, and I heard you can get check over here. When you do that, you are wasting not only your time, but those seeds will never grow. You have to master something, right? Yeah. Master that one lane, get great at that one lane, and then delegate that lane to somebody else you can be able to duplicate yourself, right? And then go into something else, right? But you gotta be able to master something. You gotta master something. I understand that you see that everybody's doing virtual wholesaling and they're out there and it sounds sexy and everybody's doing. Okay, I get it. I understand it. But in order to get into this business, you have to master something. And that is master your craft. This is a craft. This is an art. And it has to be mastered first.
Yeah. And it will grow. It will grow actually by your experiences. I mean, you roll into, you think you're going to, your first property is a fix and flip. And then you may in 5 years end up with 10 rentals. Yeah. Way more rentals than you did fix and flips because you mastered fix and flipping, and then you took that experiences and that knowledge, and then you were able now to go into buying rentals at a larger scale than if you would have just maybe tried it at first, but don't be afraid that I'm gonna miss out on this bag over here because you may gravitate back right around to that with skills and experience. That's going to have you capitalize on it. So that's a great topic. Master what you see is working. Make sure you cultivate that, because it's all you always can do better, and then over time, like I said, you will grow into doing more and more and more different type of transactions, and those will come a lot easier, and you'll see the bigger picture in all of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
man.
so if I can real quickly here, as we're talking about the systematic and the checklist and things like that, there's kind of a practical side to that as well. And that is the stuff that we do and, falls within the legal aspect of things. There's, attorneys and courts and things like that, that oftentimes we have to get through. And so one aspect of that is making sure your records are organized in the event you find yourself in a court situation, a litigious situation. And if you have all your documents in there, you have everything systematic that are easily accessible, then that puts you in a better position should you find yourself in a legal situation.
Yeah.
One other thing, again, coming from a note investing perspective, we have this period we go through that it's called due diligence, which I know you guys do as you buy real estate itself. But part of the due diligence, when you're buying a note, you're actually just buying a file. You're buying a bunch of pieces of paper. And
Right.
so the important part of that is to make sure that the paper that is in there are what you need should you get into a foreclosure situation, to make sure you have an enforceable lien. And so all the checklists that you guys refer to, they flow over into what I do from a note perspective, that I'm looking for a certain series of documents and a title chain and things such as that, to make sure that I have an enforceable lien in the event I have to go through and foreclose on that and take that property back.
Can I ask you a question right fast?
Yeah.
How many years you been doing this?
I've been
doing
with
that right there, as far as
sure.
that,
I've been doing it since about 2013, 2014.
Okay, 2013, 2014. That
right.
very first couple deals that you had to truly investigate, narrow down all the numbers, make sure the file was correct. Yeah. It probably took you a long time, right? I can imagine.
And I have a little bit of an unfair advantage, which I think you do too. And that is, we come from a mortgage background. I was mostly on the origination side of things, so I know what goes into a file to originate that file.
We do.
So I know what I'm looking for.
That's that knowledge before this right
here. Exactly.
That's
absolutely.
Absolutely.
You and I are both set up for that.
Checklist.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly. You already got that knowledge from before to now, that there has to be a checklist.
Yes.
There has to be then now I bet today you probably look through a file to make sure everything is in there within 10, 15 minutes. Before
Correct.
It would take all day, and you have to resort or get answers questions, but you will grow. It will get easier, and you'll see a good deal from a bad deal faster. But making sure that you cultivate what you do, so you understand it top to bottom. Then that's your bread and butter. It comes in all aspects, from wholesaling, flipping, to buying real estate, to buying notes. Buying investment properties, rentals, buying condos, Airbnbs. There's a checklist to what you want to see in an Airbnb location. There should be a checklist for your criteria and why you are interested in that property, not because someone has a for sale sign on it. You want to Airbnb it. It has to meet a criteria for you that you are studied and trained on, and it's going to work for that location. And it's very important. I work with people buying, and I tell people, don't do this loan a lot. Or don't buy this property. Don't do the loan. My loan is good, but don't buy that property, because I like everyone to make very good decisions. Very good decisions. And when you're dealing with sometimes new investors, and I don't see it sometimes with experienced investors. That's the typical. That's the thing about it. Someone is experienced is going to bring a deal that makes sense. At least it may not make perfect. It's profitable. But sometimes you run across individuals that are risking a little bit too much sometimes for the idea of owning real estate. And there's no point in doing a deal for the experience alone. it's supposed to carry profitability. It's supposed to be able to take it to the bank also. Okay, that's ideal. So if I see someone saying like, hey, um, um, this is a property that's gonna garner $150,000 ARV, but the property right now you will buy for 100 and you're gonna put 40 into it, and we're telling you the ARV is 150. Do not buy this property, because if you buy it, you're not going to be able to sell it without losing or refinance it without losing. I'm not going to do a loan for you if it don't meet these check marks. It's going to say, hey, this ARV checks off, the repair value, the repair amount checks off, the purchase price checks off, things like that. It can easily go amiss with newer investors to make sure that it's a profitable deal. But you're reaching.
That's why you should fall in love with the deal and not the property.
Yeah.
Fall in love with the deal. Not the property. That's the issue, especially when you deal with newbies, man. Yes, we hear you. We hear you, Sean. Y'all hear me?
Yeah. I can hear. It's a little popping. I don't know if you can hear.
You guys see that?
Yeah,
I can hear some popping too. Let me see who that is, man.
Yeah. But what I was saying was, a lot of people, to your point, they try to shortcut the process, right? You have to do your due diligence in this game, right? And what that is you have to do work. You have to do research. You have to do your, look at everything. I think it's I don't know what it could be. Could be from social media. It just seems like everybody tries to make you seem like it's a shortcut to the process of doing your work, to do work. You cannot shortcut this process. You have to do your due diligence on every deal. Every deal. You have to do your due diligence when you're going into a new market. So you can't shortchange it. You gotta go through what it is in order for you to be successful in this business. Stop trying to shortchange it.
And listen, it's a numbers game, man. It's a numbers game. It's a timing situation as well. I mean, you gotta dig through it until you find that diamond in the rough. You can't be so saying this money can't be burning my pocket up because I got access to this money. Jarrell didn't say I can get a loan, but I got to spend this money now. I got to get it going. I got to get it going. You sit back, take it easy, and do your due diligence until you find something that works for you, to where you can make you some money. Right? Mm-hmm. Real estate is. I mean, you can definitely make money in real estate, man. It's the people who just throw their money at something. And then when they end up losing everything, then they say real estate don't work. Man, you can't make no money in real estate. No, you did it wrong.
Yeah,
you fell in love with the property rather than the deal.
I've seen people build properties. I've seen people build new construction without plans. Without plans. Seriously, wow. I've seen people actually build. And just because they were moving way too fast, they didn't ask any questions. Yeah. They asked any questions. They listened to everything that someone told them that they were actually paying. And I mean, those are mistakes that simply are just because you don't know. And it's not. I don't fault you from trying to take a leap. But you make sure that you have people there that have done it before. Like if you're going to build a new house, build new construction. I think your first one you should do with someone that is also vested in the deal with you, not just by yourself, because you're going to be listening. You're going to be talking to a lot of yes people, and that's just telling you straight. I'm not saying you can't get through it. I'm just saying your chances for success are much higher. That's all I'm saying is much higher if you actually are guided through a new type of venture, because you haven't mastered that yet, and you haven't developed a checklist, a systematic. If you want to do something like that, then make sure you do. But without those checklists, no systems in place and experience, then definitely you grow as you go, but you don't just jump into the most extravagant type of deals that you may even be utilizing other people's money. That's another thing. You may get the opportunity to utilize someone else's funds to acquire a property, but you must must make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself and them into when you take down these deals, guys. And it's really important. I've seen a lot of people mess up just on simple things for not having the systems in place and criteria to make sure that they are not overreaching.
Yeah. Mr. Cox, you say you experienced that? You experienced you know somebody who done that?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of different things as far as that goes. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure how to articulate that at this point in time, but I understand exactly what he's talking about. Especially if you try and go too fast. Especially in the early stages, you got to take the baby steps.
Mhm.
You have to be very methodical about it all. And I really like what I've heard a couple times here is to use this, the people who've been doing it as a resource. There's folks like, you guys and folks everywhere you go that are willing to give back.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of what it's all about. We've got this big huge, we've coined the word what's the word it goes on, competition. So even though we might be in competition with each other, we still like to cooperate with each other, because I had an old boss when I first started becoming a loan officer back in the mid 80s. He would say that all boats rise with the tide. So I know if Jay's doing good, then all the other folks on this line are doing good, because they're all interconnected and using each other as a resource to bounce stuff out. Now, I'm not talking or advocating about giving away your time, because you certainly don't want to give away your time, but giving back is a little bit different animal on that. So that's I see people just go too fast. One of the things that has me concerned about the note industry is there are a lot of new people just jumping into stuff, and they really don't have an idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that troubles me sometimes. And so, making sure you have that educational background before you take that next step, and just, make sure you have an arm to guide you along the way, especially in your first couple deals. So
Definitely.
yeah.
I mean, we're just only trying to help. We're not trying to scare anybody from doing real estate or anything. It's definitely something that's benefited me greatly throughout my life, and allowed me to help a lot of other people. And but you definitely want to be cautious, because it's investing. It's a and as you get deeper into different types of strategies to it's like a puzzle to me. Like real estate's a puzzle. Like I just fit everything together. That's why I gravitated towards loans, because I fit all the pieces together to make sure that you get funded. It's just my natural ability. But anyways, once you get that experience, you will be able to quickly decipher which path, which type of deals are in your market and readily available. And you go from there, man. You grow like that.
Yeah. So think about it, man. Absolutely. So you don't want to, take your money and throw it at the first thing that's going. You want to find you a great deal, but at the same time, timing matters too, right? So if you see a good deal, you got to be willing to jump on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very important. So
Yeah.
let me ask you guys a question, man. How important is it for you to put an offer in first? Is it important to do that? Yeah. Say you're looking to buy a property, you see a great wholesale deal before
Yeah,
anybody
I
else
want to be
can
the
see
first.
it
I
or whatever
always
the
want to
case
be
is.
the
Is it
first.
important?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
First
I've on
before
all
what?
my deals, the first one to present an offer,
Yeah.
set the benchmark, I guess.
First and the last, right? Or first or the last. How is that important?
I
I
mean,
like to be the last.
yeah, I
Yeah.
like to. Yeah. I mean, not. I mean, not to. I just want to make sure. Like I said, if it's a good wholesale deal, I want to make sure my numbers are right. Right. I want to make sure that it's going to be a good deal for the buyer as well. Right. Not only for
Yeah.
myself. I'm thinking about the buyer. I'm thinking about the seller. I'm thinking about the whole entire marriage. Right. You got to make sure everything is connected. Make sure everybody wins in the situation. And I
I
think
said
that
that.
people who may put an offer in first quickly. I mean, what smells like a good deal, just like if say, for instance, you get somebody who fix and flips a house and they put money on it and then all of a sudden they knock down a wall and they see mold, right? They don't have enough for any cushion for anything to should happen, right? So again, I just think that for me, I wouldn't want to be the first. I want to make sure that the numbers make sense before I put an offer in.
I'm kind of a person like when I put offers in, I'm always give you my bottom. This is what I can buy it for. This is what makes sense to me. I just find it's easier for me and putting in offers, multiple offers, to just offer what I know I need it at, where I think that it's a good deal. Often I don't do too much wholesaling. If I'm gonna take down a property, I'm going to flip it, or keep it as a rental. But I kind of like, I put my offers out there, best foot first. It's many houses out here in Atlanta, so I don't sweat offers like that. If it gets accepted, I don't know if it's coming in first, and I definitely don't wait 8 days to try to come last. Kind of put it in. If you accept it, you accept it. If you don't, then I know I don't want to buy it where you want to accept it, because it's not the same number I offered. Boom, there you go.
Exactly.
So going back,
I'm kind of like Jason. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Jay. I was just going to say, going back to your original question, there was do you guys put your offers in first? I think one of the things we touched on a little earlier in this conversation had to do with building rapport, building a relationship with that prospective buyer, because what you guys really are is you guys are real estate engineers. You guys are trying to solve a problem. And the only way to really try and find what problem there is to solve, so that you can have a real good submission for an offer, is to have some time and spend some time with that particular seller, and see what problem they have that you can solve, because you'll have a higher quality offer, especially when you put multiple offers in. I can do this for cash, I can do this with terms, I can do this whatever, however you guys do that. And so my thought is no, you don't want to put your offer in first. You got to find the problem and solve the offer, and then tailor your offer based on solving that problem. And then you're going to set yourself apart from all the other wholesalers or rehabbers out there who are just throwing numbers at them. So that's the difference. That's the difference.
That's probably why you guys pick up a lot more properties to me.
Yeah,
I like that.
Absolutely. That's kind of what I was going
Learn
to say.
something just now.
Because you find some wholesalers when they first get into business, they coming in the door throwing numbers. No, you need to sit down and see what's going on, man. Like pump your brakes for a minute. What's going on, man? What's behind this? Why are you selling it? You need to know all that stuff, man. So yeah, I would like to put an offer in first, especially when I build a good rapport with that person. Especially
Right.
but I mean, let's say if it's a nice property, and I know you selling at a deep discount or whatever the case is, but it's a nice property. I mean, by me sitting down and having a conversation, and I give him an offer, and then my offer solves all his issues, and he say, man, you know what, man, yeah, I got another guy coming in tomorrow. I'm gonna see what he got to say. Well, okay, well, that being said, whatever he says, let me know, man, and maybe I can come back in, and whatever the case is. Yeah, I'll be the last offer in that situation. But if I can be the first one in that door, to sit down and have that conversation, and really pick his brain and see what's going on and solve his problem, because some people don't want to talk to multiple people because they feel embarrassed. Mm-hmm. Right? It's a lot of different situations. They may want to catch a flight the next day. They don't want to be, so you may not have a chance to put that second offer in, because that person that comes in slams the deal and closes the deal. Right? So yeah, give me a chance to get in front of them first, man. I think I can do it. I can get it done.
Right. I think that
system I was going for a while of looking for only newly listed properties. I know it's harder to get those properties under contract because people still have their expectations high or whatever the case being. But like you said, taking that time and speaking with them, going and viewing the house before I put the offer in, but making sure that it's a newly listed property, something that just came on the market, or a pocket listing from a realtor that I spoke with. They just signed their agreement with them, with the seller, or try to make sure I get in there and speak with them but also put my offer. I mean, I don't really haggle around. Like, I do after inspection. I mean, it is what it is. If I have to drop the price or drop my offer some, but initially, I'm gonna go in full faith that your property is inspection face value a good property, and take it from there in under contract. That's my
Yeah.
tactic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always say.
Here's my perspective on that, and the reason why I say last is
I gotta turn my value up.
What is the one thing that your seller is concerned about when they're talking to you and you're getting ready to make an offer?
If you can actually close on them. I don't know.
If you can actually close, and the seller's remorse if they took an offer that's too low.
Okay.
So one of the things that we do is we let them know, look, I can make an offer on your property, but I want you to get the best offer that you can get, but also know that we have other ways of actually purchasing your property to make sure that you are satisfied and do not lose any sleep over selling your property. Give us a call when you've made the decision of who you're going to go. Call us last, and let's talk about all the options you've got available to you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I
phenomenal.
agree with that. I agree.
But keep this in mind. So with my offer up front, I'm doing that as well, right? But at the same time, I'm letting them know that even what do you want for your property, right? When we do multiple offers on it, right? What do you want for this property, right? Let's say if it's worth 100K, right? I mean, let's say it's worth 100K, and maybe he wants 100K, right? I could probably get you 100K on your property if you wouldn't take terms on it, right? If you're able to take monthly payments at this amount of money every single month, I can get you that over 5, 10 years or whatever the case is. We can get you exactly what you want, right? And be able to take this off your debt to income ratio, so you can purchase that property down the line, right? We can get you that, but that's all part of the multiple offer strategy. So here's the three offers we have for you, right then and there at the table. Let's get it done.
Yeah, and that's
Tell me
good
which
too,
one works
but
best for you.
that's also knowing who your seller is as well. And
I agree.
we've made more sellers partners of ours than we've actually just purchased their property. So if they want, like you said, your person is asking for 100,000, but I might be able to give them an extra $10,000 on that, not because of the
Exactly.
creative
I
part,
agree.
because I made them an actual partner with me. So I'm not going to buy the house. I'll fix it up and then we sell it together.
That's true. That's another good strategy on it too. You're right about that. You're right.
Yeah,
That's definitely another thing you can rock with. Yeah.
I think as I always say, I think you've heard me say it a number of times. And this has always been my philosophy. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
We can hear you.
I've said this a number of times. That wholesaling real estate or any type of real estate has absolutely nothing to do with the house. I've said that plenty of times, right? Take the house out of the equation. It's just helping the individual out of their situation. They're in a distressed situation. It just so happens that the house is part of the thing, but it really doesn't hold any more value than the problem that they're going through holds more value than the house, right? So, I'm all about rapport building.
Unless they're emotionally tied to it, right? Maybe it's your grandmother's house, or you know what I'm saying. So,
and even then, the right. So even then, you have to be able to try to, which I try to do, especially when they're emotionally attached to the house. I try to, focus on their attachment more than the house, right? There's history. There's what happened, and you have mad children coming in and out. How did that make you feel? Like I try to steer on what's going on in their lives or why they're attached to the house. It's almost like therapy, right? You talk to them, you build rapport with them, you find out what's going on. You try to, because a person's going to buy from you. Just even if you're the lowest, even if you are the very, very lowest, I mean, the bottom of the bottom, and he got all these other offers, because he's going to buy from you because of he has trust and he feels comfortable with you. I mean, there's a lot of offers that people come in boom, boom, boom all the time, but they're going to go with you because of their how you make them feel and you helping out in their situation, not just straight out like these other or the other individuals that just send them a number. Here's a number. Here's a number. Here's a number. Here's a number. So I mean, I've sold. I've wholesale houses and my offer was way low than the other ones, but it was realistic, and I was talking to the person over time. We've had conversations. We've had, she wanted to tell me about her grandmother and all this other, and I was there to just talk about that. So it's not so much the house per se. It's basically what Homeboy was saying about, having those connections and winning in that rapport game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to be a therapist sometimes.
Make you feel comfortable. They think they feel that they understand where you coming from, and it goes a long way. Because I mean, how many times have you not done business with somebody just because they rubbed you the wrong way? You don't want to rub the seller the wrong way, because that could be the determination of saying, you know what, that person right there over there, I feel I could trust him, and they are putting a level of trust in you when they're taking their property off the market to sell it to you. They're putting that level of trust in you to get it wholesale for them, or for you to pick it up yourself. So you make sure you take that time and understand exactly what they need, so they understand who they're dealing with. Makes it a much easier decision for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
So true. All right. Okay. I think we got all of that out of that one, man. So let's go to the next one, man. So it's a numbers game. So here's a message to all the newbies out there. The first deal you run across 9 times out of 99.99 times out of 100 is probably not going to be deal. So if you shut down your whole operation trying to get this one deal done, chances are it's not.
Yeah.
You got to fill your pipeline up. Very important. It's a numbers game. So, like, how many times? I know we all go through multiple deals every single day, pretty much, right? What's the largest amount of leads you went through, man, to get a deal? If you recall?
Yeah.
I don't keep count, so I just throw a number out there.
Okay,
but I don't really keep count, man.
I mean, I don't keep count, but I can imagine.
Yeah.
I've spoken to at least over Bad Street, maybe 20 people, and didn't get a loan in processing. It's just a whole bunch of different situations. And like you said, though, I'm grateful because I could have spoken to one person that whole entire time. Even though nothing came from speaking to those 20 people, at least 20 people remember my name, know what I do, can refer me. And deals come that way also. I mean, oh my God, I can't even speak of that. People who refer you just because you took the time and narrowed out a deal with them, ironed out a deal with them, and then now they feel comfortable to refer you to someone that's in the position that they were in to get a deal going. So it really doesn't matter to me. I mean, of course it matters to me, but I believe when we first got on here, just speaking to people about real estate every day, generating those type of leads, whether they're cashing in the day, that's not how real estate works. It's not like that. It's not, you talk to someone today and you're always going to, strike a deal today. Sometimes it takes months, weeks, months, or maybe even a year. But it's all worth it in the long run. So, but I think 20 individuals will be a good amount of people I've gone through without striking up a deal.
Yeah.
In a number of days, about a week or two, just nothing panned out.
Yeah. I probably went at least a couple of months, a few times to not close one. right? A
Yep.
couple of months is a few times, but not one. Like, I mean, I know you see the gurus that say, man, you closing 10 deals a month, 20 deals a month. I mean, I guess it's possible if you throwing a whole lot of money at every single month, right?
But see,
But I went a
guys,
couple of months without closing the deal.
but what they
Say it
leave
again.
out though, I believe, is that it does take time to get to that level. It takes
Yeah,
time to get to
yeah.
that level. So answer that question even more, even going back further in time. Yeah, it's been a month or two. I didn't close a loan, but those were definitely in my first couple years of my business, my first 4 years, 3 years, second year of business. But over time, you grow organically as long as you're doing good business, straight business, valued business, then like I said, it's going to grow organically, so you don't have those type of droughts as often
Right.
as you do. Just
But
stick
say
with
this
it.
though, it wasn't because my phone wasn't ringing though. My phone was ringing. I
Mm,
was getting emails, so I was getting people.
okay.
People were sending me stuff. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't pan
Yeah,
out to
I
be a
just
deal,
mean,
or I
yeah,
just missed this one, or something like that. So it
I mean,
happens. It happens sometimes. So if a person told you on your 1,000th call this month, you're gonna make 10 grand, would it be worth it to make that 1,000 calls?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely. The reason why I say that because
Absolutely.
listen, it. I think when I first started wholesaling real estate, I didn't close the deal in like I think 4 months. You know, but I had to constantly, um, I had to constantly um put in the effort to be consistent, right?
Yeah,
Because as long as you're
yeah.
consistent, you're going to be able to make that happen, right? So most of the people who
Mhm.
are not doing deals is because of their inconsistent. They're consistent to be
Inconsistent.
they're consistently inconsistent. That's what it is, right? That's why they're not closing.
Absolutely.
stop
They're,
and go,
they're,
go hard.
that's the only thing they're consistent of is being inconsistent. That was me. So yeah, as long as you grow to be consistent, you're gonna definitely win. But I knew that this is where I wanted to be, and I know that if I did that $10,000, then I know I can parlay that into other things in the real estate realm. That's the beauty of real estate, is that there's so many branches to it. So absolutely, staying consistent is number one of everything.
And going off of those odds you just said, right? If I spoke to 10,000 people, you said 10,000
Yeah,
people,
1,000.
1,000
1,000.
people to get 10,000, the 1,000th person is going to be a $10,000 paycheck, right? Then next
Yeah.
month, right? The way I figure it is that all the people I taught, those 999 people, one of them people are probably going to have some that month. That's a lot. Yeah, definitely. I wish I could talk to 10,000.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, all day. Give me them odds.
In
What
this
about you, Cody?
business, it's
What about
easy
you,
to go
Cody?
through 1,000 leads.
You said Mr. Cody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about you? Would you take those odds?
Well, yeah, you've got to calculate. You got to take a look at what your dollar per hour is.
Yeah.
The other thing of those guys that talk
Of course.
about, doing 10 or more a month, they're spending $25,000 just in marketing costs too. They
Mhm.
have an enterprise
Yeah.
business. They have staff. They have phones. They have computers. So what we all have to ask ourselves is, do we want to build an enterprise business like that? Or are we more interested in building a lifestyle business, which I can do 3 deals a month, 2 deals a month, and still make the same net amount
Mhm. Mhm.
that these guys are closing 10 to 12 to 15 houses a month because they have staff to pay, bills to pay, and all that other stuff. So it kind of depends on really where you're at in your growth. Or what you
I
want to
agree.
do, and that's
Yep.
that's that's what I call about re-engineering. I think I heard that a little bit earlier here. Start with the end in mind. What do you want to, when you're full grown in your business, what do you want it to look like? And
Yeah.
then re-engineer it backwards to where you are today, and then you'll end up with that path to where you want to be at. As far as numbers of deals, the note business is a little bit different because we're not making all those phone calls to various borrowers or things like that, or homeowners or things like that. We actually have, what we call a tape. list, a spreadsheet full of leads that come to us. You have a bank or a hedge fund out there that's trying to liquidate a bunch of notes, and I've had tapes that have like 500 on them. And I'll go through my initial due diligence to try and figure out which ones actually fit my model, what my mold, and I'll make of that 500. I'll submit a bid to buy those on 10 of them, and probably get approval to buy 2 or 3 of those. And so, those are kind of the things how they break down on a note business when you're analyzing that. But one of the things I
So
like
yes,
about the
you
note
heard that
business,
answer then, right?
what's that?
That was emphatically yes, because you
Yeah.
said you looked through 500 leads
Yeah,
to
narrowed it down to
close
10.
3, to close
Yeah,
2
to
or
close
3.
3. Yeah,
So you will look at 500 to
yeah,
close 2 or 3,
yeah, yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Yep.
And here's what's really fun about what I do is I can do it anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
I don't have to call a seller. I don't have to go look at a house. I don't have to set up a time. I can do it anywhere in the world as long as I can gain access to the internet and have a telephone.
Has a cell phone
So
and the internet, yeah.
that's an attraction to me. So
But there's a lot of things in real
Lifestyle.
estate. There's a lot,
it's a lifestyle. Exactly. Lifestyle business. So
yeah, and I totally agree with you on that. You know, I've constantly, I've been in business for almost 9 years now doing loans and done a lot of loans. And people have always asked me, do you need staff? Do you want people to work with you? I've had staff. I've had 50 employers, not in this business, but employees, not in this business, but in my previous business. I've been, I don't, you got to look at what you want, how you want to spend your time. And this is, when you get into real estate, you got to get into it for the right reason. I think the only right reason you should get into is for freedom. It's for freedom, honestly. And wherever that leads you, whether it's you sitting on a yacht because you own half of Detroit, or you're sitting in just your house and you own a couple of rentals, or you doing a virtual business or whatever. It has to be what you want to get out of it and what you want for your life. And that's the primary reason why I do real estate myself.
Yep, that's a good point.
Sir.
Very good point.
I know we're touching on a lot
Terry
of
Reed,
things.
say what's up, fellas?
Who? Oh, what's
What's
up,
up,
Reed?
Terry? Terry Reed got this selling with tires and stuff, man. You out there killing it, man. What's going on, brother? So, man, listen, this is going to be phenomenal here, man. It's a lot of different things that each one of us kind of do, and to top a lot of these different questions to be able to get it to the people. I'm looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to this, man. And as we talked about a little earlier, it's time for us to start, do some stuff together. And I know what Lenny was saying about he said 40 acres. He said 40 acres. He said
41
48.
acres. 41. No, not
48
48.
acres.
41.
48
I said
acres.
48. No, Sean. I said
40?
48. Actually, 41.
40, oh,
41.
okay.
41 acres.
41 acres. And he said, what he says, 1,200 a month?
Yeah,
Yep.
1,200 a month.
1,200
I'm
a
down
month.
on that. I just want to look.
So-
I just want to look good to see what the property uses could be. Dive into it
Yeah.
a little more. But I'm definitely,
Absolutely.
yeah. If I got 4 partners, we can't lose on that.
I'm down for that. I'm down. Like I said, the terms make sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Terms make sense, right?
Yeah,
there.
Lenny said
Oh, yeah,
41
there's
acres.
money right there. 41.
He
Okay.
said 41 acres.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
yes.
Lenny, I wanted to actually. Hey, Jay, I'm sorry. Can we jump off
No,
like
go
when
ahead.
we get
Go
off
ahead.
and jump back on and talk about that right fast? I want to talk to Lenny a little bit more about that.
Okay. Yeah.
I know I just got to talk about
Absolutely.
things that we can't, put on live. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
We should actually
So-
have like a kind of
so we got a
group
few
chat.
people
We
on
should
here.
have like a group chat or something. Some kind of
Yeah.
Zoom or group chat or something. You know what I mean?
Hey, Cody, you missed what we were talking
Let's
about.
definitely do it. I just
You
sent you
missed
guys the discourse. It's
Yeah.
absolutely free. We could do that, and we could do a group chat as well. So
Okay.
to put Mr. Cox on it. So what we trying to do now, man, we're gonna do some deals together. We're gonna find some different deals that we can do together, man. No matter what it is, whether it's commercial, land, whatever it is, we're gonna do some stuff, new construction, and we want to kind of from beginning to end, we're gonna document this whole deal. Give it to the masses, man. Let them see exactly what we done, man, and got from here from A to Z. Right, that's kind of what we're gonna do, man. So you're more than welcome to join us, sir.
Thank you.
Over the long term,
Expertise, you're welcome for sure.
Over some long-term investment than exactly how we
absolutely, man.
What the portfolio looks like, whatnot. But we'll definitely keep you guys in tune on what's going on, what's happening.
Now, quick thing here, man. So before we jump on, I know what we're gonna do here. We're gonna switch this thing, man, to Wednesday. I hope this works for everybody. We're gonna switch this thing to Wednesday at 6:30. Every other week. So we'll do 2 hours in between, right? And so what we're gonna do, my guy's gonna chop this thing up, man, make it look all nice and pretty, and push it out there. So hopefully we get a lot more people come on. And if you guys can push it the best way you guys can, I'll do it on my side. Because the more people that's listening, looking at it, the more chance we all have for closing deals, right?
Absolutely.
So, any way I can help, I always tell you guys, if you need me for anything, I know people that know people. If I ain't got it, I can get it. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know, man. Now, quick thing, tell everybody what you guys do. So the people that's going to hear it now, man, reach out to you, how to get in contact with you, all that good stuff.
There you go ahead, Sean.
Anybody jump in first?
Oh, okay. Okay. So once again, Sean Jones, Coach SJ. Company is S&J Property Group. What I do is I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I do wholesale and real estate as a niche to be able to gain assets. Like I have a lot of rentals right now in Jersey that I use my wholesaling capital to capitalize on to buy, which is great. And I also have a Facebook group called Real Estate Wealth Exchange. You can go in there, it's free. And I just basically teach people how to wholesale real estate, and I believe that's the back door to financial freedom, right? That's that small back door that no one talks about. So I teach people about wholesaling real estate, and once again, you can catch me on all social media platforms: S&J Property Group, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, S&J Property Group. I'm everywhere. I see you watching my videos. Yes. I like it, Jay.
I'll be on you, man. I see you do your thing, man. Hey, salute to you, brother. I see you out there doing your thing.
You gonna do that commercial? We was talking about that commercial. We all need to get together.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we all need
to
get
let's
together.
do that.
For the real estate aholics.
We're gonna stay.
Huh?
I'm with it. So we'll talk about it here in a few minutes. Once we get off the line, we'll chop it over a few more minutes, though. So, Mr. Cody, it's on you.
You guys are awesome. I'm so happy to be part of this group. My name's Cody Cox. I run a company called Bridge City Factors. Bridge City is a management company. So we manage funds, mortgage funds that buy notes. And so our current fund name is BCF Fund 1. It is currently closed. I cannot accept any more contributions from investors, but we are in the process of developing Fund 2. And so that's something we hope to have online for investors. Again, my target market is working with hedge funds who have product notes that they want to sell. And any of you guys have had a mortgage and that mortgage gets transferred, you get the letter that says it's transferred to one company to the other company. Well, that's what I do. I'm one of those companies that receives it. I set everything up with a loan servicer because just a lot of the legalities involved. I mean, right now I need to get out some 1099s for some of the guys that have invested money with me to get that out before the end of the month. So that's part of being a business. So that's what I do. Again, I have a full-time day job. So one of the things I get to juggle is what I can do on a full-time day job, as well as try and do this side hustle. And hopefully, if all goes well, before the end of 2023, I can leave the day job and work full-time on this. So that's one of the little step-by-step goals that I have going on. And I appreciate you guys entering my world as I work towards that goal.
Yeah.
Salute to you, Cox. Salute to you. Welcome to the team, brother.
Amen.
So, yeah, guys,
Lenny.
What up, guys? It's your man, Lenny. I am the host of the Wholesaling with Lenny podcast. You guys can catch me anytime for any one-on-ones over in my Facebook group, Wholesaling with Lenny. I started off wholesaling real estate. Now I'm a buy and hold investor that often use wholesaling real estate, to gain more real estate. So, and if you want to know how we do, keep tuning in to the Mid City Network for the Real Estate Aholics podcast, for the small business podcast is also on the Mid City Network. Man, just plug in with us once again. Man, my name's Lenny. I'm wholesaling in Missouri and Ohio. If you guys got deals, tap in, allcashbuyers.org. That's my website. Let me know.
Hey, that podcast is on point, man. I see you doing your thing on that podcast, man. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you. Let me do this for Jason, man. So this is Jason. Jason couldn't jump on the camera with us today, man, but he definitely be on next week for sure. Next Wednesday as well. So his name is Jason Sims, man. He with New Wave Investment Group LLC. He specializes in new construction, wholesaler. He's a coach as well. Definitely reach out to him. I always ask him how we get in contact, and he say, "Man, call me." He always say that. So if it's okay, Jason, I'm gonna give out your number, bro. 214-938-0522. That's 214-938-0522. And he's in several markets for sure, man. So reach out to him. You guys need his help. All right, it's on you. It's on you, Jarrell.
All right. So this is Jarrell coming out of Atlanta. All right. So primarily, what I do is I'm the investor's broker. Okay. I marry you to the most competitive loan in the market to make sure that you capitalize on the deal. I make sure that from A to Z, your deal gets closed in a timely, fast, as I like to call it, manner. And so I do deals from single families, duplexes, triplexes, quadplexes, anything under 4, basically. Commercial properties, any business, commercial use properties, mixed use, also, of course, refinances. So right now, I got to put this out for anybody that's new to the game and looking to either step into fix and flipping or edge up from, wholesaling deals to taking one down and doing the whole flip. I have a special program going on for at least to the end of the third quarter. So definitely jump on this. It's with a 680 credit score, you get 90% of the purchase price and 100% of the renovation cost. Again, that's 90% purchase price and 100% of the renovation cost. And that's only with a 680 and no experience required. Okay. Loans are a 1-year loan. So, you can definitely get that renovation loan that you've been needing for your property or refinance cashed out, and fix it up and sell it for a higher value. Give your boy a call. I think my email address should be by my name, but if it's not, it's bpiquickloans@gmail.com. All right. Just hit me up anytime and we can chat it up.
And I'm Jay Wicker with Mid City Acquisition Group. I'm a real estate wholesaler, man. Commercial now, so I'm no longer doing residential anymore. So any small multifamily property, 50 units and under, storage facilities, trailer parks, all that good stuff, man. Land as well. You see anything? Say something. You see something? Say something.
That's right.
So let's do a deal together. Let's do a deal. So also, man, I'm a mobile notary as well, man. I'm a notary signing agent in the great state of Texas. If you need something notarized online, I can help you with that as well. Also, I'm a notary as well. So if you have a property here, you're an investor that lives out of state, or if you live in state, you need somebody to go by and take pictures of that property, go by there to help put a tenant out, go there and get the contract signed, whatever the case is, reach out to me. Or you need somebody to drive your investment property to make sure it's being taken care of. So let me know. Reach out to me. My number is 214-646-5354. That's 214-646-5354. And hey, man, you guys, this is the first episode this year. We're
Yes.
about to turn up. Stay tuned, guys.
Let me just say something real quick.
Yes, sir.
let me just say something. I wanted to say, first of all, I love the guests, right? I love this partnership that's going to happen, that's going to form, right?
Absolutely.
But I want to thank you, Jay, for allowing us to have this platform to be able to speak about our experience.
Yeah,
I
real
want
talk.
to definitely thank you for that,
Yeah.
because without you entrusting us to be able to
Appreciate it.
provide that information for individuals, our voice is not going to be heard. And not only that, but we have a diversity here, right? Everybody's together, have different experiences, and we're all can come together, and we're able to provide value to people that may want to get into new construction, may want to do wholesaling, may want to do notes, right? So at least they have the ability to be able to see exactly what it is that they can do. So again, Jay, I want to thank you for
And
allowing this
call us.
platform to be. And right, so thank you so much for allowing you to trust me to be on here to say what I need to say, and knowing that we all have the experience to be able to help people, and I definitely appreciate that.
Listen, man. I'm gonna say this to you guys, man. I'm open book, man. I want to be successful not by myself. I want to be successful with people. I'm the first person to give out game. I have no listen. There's no room for all of us, man. I've studied you guys online, man. It's not by chance. I see how you guys move, right? I see what's going on out there. So I'm like, I need him. Let's come on, bro. Come on over here. I need him. Come on, And so this is what it's about, man. We each teach. Everybody knows a little something different than the other person knows, right? Why not put this thing together, man? Let's make a gumbo, and that's all. That's all you, man.
Hey, watch
That's
what
right.
we accomplish
Hey,
after we get
salute to
off
you
this
guys,
thing
man.
right here. Yeah,
What's
watch
up?
what we get to accomplish when we
Okay.
get off this live right here.
Absolutely.
Watch. Okay. So,
Absolutely.
2
Hey,
weeks,
salute to you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in.
yeah.
Say it again. I'm sorry, Jarrell.
No, go ahead. Yeah,
What'd you say?
salute. No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead. I have a little
Hey,
bit
real
delay.
estate aholics, man.
All right,
Okay.
All right.
gentlemen, blessings.
Real estate aholics, we back, baby.
Hey, Cody.
Blessings to you too, man. See you guys in a couple
Yeah.
weeks.
Hey, try to stay
Hey,
on, man.
stay on for a
Okay.
second, Cody.
Okay,
Stay on
yeah,
for a second,
all right.
Cody.
I'm looking for some gumbo.
Peace.
Now. I'm
All right.
hungry.